All right, friends. Hey, how are you feeling today? I am Dan Passarelli, and man, I am super excited to share with you what I'm going to share with you here today. Um, I want to make sure you can hear me, and before we get started, here's what I want you to do. I want to see if you can find the questions box so you can participate in today's training. So go find that questions box on the GoToWebinar control panel and type in what becoming a more successful trader means to you. What does becoming a more successful trader mean to you? Hit that questions box and let me know. Austin says more wins. Excellent. Jane says there's a lot there. How about greater consistency? I'll just summarize that for you. Jane, is that okay? Yeah, okay. Jose says learn about options. Oh, you're in the right place for that, Jose. Yes way. All right. Anyone else? What are you what does becoming a more successful trader mean to you? Matthew says consistent profits. Monty says freedom. I love that. I love that. You guys have some great answers today. Richard says more profit. Indeed. Totally. Mark says, oh, that's my favorite answer right there, Mark. Improve well-being. Yeah, the more you learn, the more you earn. I've been doing this for over 30 years, and I pride myself that I'm still striving to learn every, maybe not every day, but every week for sure. All right. Now, today I'm going to share with you how to easily spot high profit momentum trade opportunities using stocks, ETFs, options, futures, even Forex, so that your trading is completely simplified using this easy, tested trading system that we've created for our traders. And I'm going to tell you what, there is no better time to get this system down than right here and right now in April. And I'm going to share why in a moment. Before we get started, I need to point out that options are not for everyone. You should read characteristics and risks of standardized options before trading. Get a copy of that by emailing investor services at theocc.com. Don't trade with money you're not prepared to lose. And everything we're talking about here today is generalized information, not specific to your scenario. If you have something specific to your scenario, contact a broker maybe. So why now in April is this so important? Well, to start with, volatility is high. And I don't know, I feel like sometimes people don't understand this when they're newer to options, but volatility, like opportunity follows volatility when it comes to option trading. This is the best option trading market that I remember seeing in a long time, 5 years. That being said, because markets have been moving quickly because of economic uncertainty, we're trying to figure out the implications of what's going on right now. Shifting interest rate expectations also. Just yesterday, I was reading that I think it was Goldman said that we're probably going to have to cut interest rates really fast. While at the same time, JP Morgan said we're going to have to start raising interest rates. Geopolitical events, a lot of that going on right now. Momentum thrives in these fast-moving market conditions because strong price moves often continue in the same direction before reversing, as we're seeing right now. That is charting 101 right there. Also, there are clear winners and losers emerging right now. And I think that probably shouldn't require a whole bunch of explanation, should it? In today's environment, certain sectors, imports from certain countries? Is AI still that big a thing? And is defense becoming a bigger thing? Metals? These are attracting a big capital shift right now, while others are under pressure. Momentum trading lets you follow the flow of money into those outperforming stocks or ETFs. Also, there's a lot of short-term catalysts driving action. Not only the tariff stuff, but earnings releases. Those are coming up in about 2 weeks. We're going to start getting those. We had the monthly non-farm payrolls come out today. Inflation data, I believe that's scheduled for next week, the first round of that. And then what the Fed is going to do, which is changing drastically. Unexpected news, all this is creating sharp directional moves that have follow through if you know how to follow them. Retail traders are more active than ever. Retail traders is what your broker calls you. Retail participation adds fuel to the fire. When retail traders pile in after an initial move, they help extend trends that we can get in on and get out of before reversing. This is something momentum traders love because you can capitalize on it. Also, tools and access that have never been better. With option trading, real-time screeners, and the low commissions we have now, it's never been easier to find, enter, and manage momentum trades efficiently, even intraday. Technical setups are working well. In trending markets, technical patterns like breakouts, momentum trades, flag continuations, moving average bounces, they tend to play out pretty cleanly in markets like this. That's perfect for momentum strategies that rely on price action. But the good news is that no matter how this market moves, there are ways to win if you know what to look for. How can I make money in this market? So we're not looking for these big mega trends, like 2024, the market kind of went straight up with a couple of dips. 2023 wasn't much different than that. People who all they know how to do is buy stocks or buy calls or sell puts or sell put spreads. It was easy. A monkey could have made money trading in 2024 and 2023. And you know what? They can now in 2025. It's just you have to do different things. Right now, the mini trend is king. Write that down. The mini trend is king because we see things changing very, very rapidly. Take a look at this period just in January. Up, down, up, down, up, down. If you can get in on some of these mini trends, this one was an extended mini trend. Here's a nice mini trend. Here's a nice mini trend. I just took the screenshot a couple of days ago, a few days ago. And so, you know what's happened since then. If you can trade mini trends, you can make money in this market. All right. So here is my promise to you. I'm going to share with you how to easily spot high profit momentum trades using stocks, ETFs, options, futures, even Forex, so that your trading is completely simplified using this tested trading system that we've created for our traders that hundreds of our students have used to go from that demoralized feeling that we've all felt at some time to that feeling of satisfaction and self-assurance and confidence that we all know is possible. And at the end of this presentation, I will share how you can take the next step so that you can start getting immediate results. Is that a fair deal? What do you say? Hit that questions box. Don't be afraid to participate here. Let's make this some fun today, huh? What do you say? Hit that questions box. Is that a fair deal? Hey, Alan is here. Long time no see, my friend. Good to hear from you. All right. Jose says fair deal. Jane says yes. Austin says yes. Christopher says yes. All right. Who else? Who else? All right. We like participation here. We love it. We love it. We love it. We love it. I love you. All right. Now, in order to get the most out of this, I ask that throughout this training and afterwards, do this. Make this about you. This is your time. Turn off your cell phone and Facebook and all that garbage. Close the door of the room you're in, lock the dog out, and let yourself get immersed in what I am about to share. Let this become part of you. Let it in. And be sure to stay until the end of the training. The most important things I will share come later. And to keep the focus, I'm going to hold all questions until closer to where we're done. If you have a question, please write it down. I promise I will get to them all. Oh, we got some more yeses. Monty says, heck yeah. Guy, what's up? Guy says yes. Norbert, good to hear from you, says yes. Richard says yes. You guys are fired up today. You guys are fired up today. Damn. Yeah. All right. Now, I see a lot of old friends here, like Alan and Norbert and a whole bunch of you folks that I mentioned already. But I see a couple of new names here. So let me talk a little bit for a moment about who I am and what I do, maybe why you should listen to me. This is is kind of a collage of a lot of the companies that I have worked with. First of all, I have written 2 of the most popular option books on trading. One of my books is consistently in the top 5 list, even to this day, even though it's about 15 years old, it's still in the top 5 list of best options books written. I know what I'm talking about. I do. I've worked with every major options broker in the US and a lot of them abroad. I have worked with every major options exchange in the US and all the major ones abroad to some degree as well. I get to be on TV a lot, which is kind of fun. Get to rub elbows with all the greatest thought leaders in options. And I learn a lot of those things and those tips and tricks that I pass along to you. I got my start down on the trading floor of the Chicago Board Options Exchange. I traded there for many, many, many years. These pictures here literally span 25 years of being on the trading floor. I traded some, and actually, I've been in and out of the trading floor for over 30 years. I just didn't have any pictures the first 5 years. I traded some of the huge stocks like the Ford Motor Company, AT&T, Carnival Cruise Lines. I traded some of the little ones that nobody's ever heard of too. And a little secret here, the stocks that no one's ever heard of, that's where you make the big money. When you know about opportunities that no one else does. So now I want to jump into a discovery that I made. Does anyone know what this formula is? Raise your hand. No, you don't know? Good, because I'll tell you what, we're not going to talk about it again during this presentation. We don't need to, and here's why. So like I said, I have an extensive background in trading, but the fact is, I'm no mathematical genius, and I'm the first person to admit that. And this is how you know that I love you and trust you. Because anyone who's willing to put a really embarrassing picture of themselves from when they were 16 years old into a professional training seminar has some humility and is being straight with you. But I think this is an important part of an important story. So humor me here. Would it be okay if I share a short and pretty telling story with you? Hit that questions box for me. Give me a big old yes. Would it be okay if I share a very, very relevant story with you that's kind of fun too? Would that be all right? Josh says yes. Jose says yes. Christopher says yes. Jane says yes. Austin says absolutely! Exclamation. Okay. Everybody's good there. I know we have some folks on YouTube. We have some folks on YouTube, right, Bobby? We have some folks on YouTube, I think, who there's a little delay there. Monty says yes, yes. All right, thank you very, very much, Monty. I appreciate that. So those of you who know me, you know that I'm a nice guy and I'd help with anything. But man, I'm going to tell you something. This might be true for some people. But when I was a kid, I was a little bit of a punk sometimes. Seriously. I mean, I got good grades and I didn't really have to study usually. But this is a story about a time when I should have studied. In my senior year of high school, in my advanced algebra class, math class, instead of paying attention to the lecture, I and a few other kids in the class, we would play poker. And the teacher was older and either couldn't hear very well or just didn't care anymore. But that's all we did all hour long, during the whole class. And I'm going to tell you something. I made a lot of money in that class. But the problem is with math, it builds. If you miss something this week, you're lost next week and you're hopeless the week after that. So needless to say, I didn't learn a lot of advanced algebra concepts that year. I crammed, I passed, but I didn't learn much. Fast forward to freshman year of college. I had to take an algebra refresher. Ugh. It's embarrassing. I mean, I always prided myself in, being pretty smart. And algebra is not that tough. But I had to take a refresher. Now, one thing you might not know about me is that I was the first Passarelli to graduate college. And I almost wasn't. Here's where the story gets a little interesting. Now, I'm a competitive kind of guy, mind you. So sophomore year of college, my cousin Michael Passarelli, who is 1 year younger than me, he was in my calculus class. Calculus! I was very intimidated by calculus. I was afraid I would struggle. But more importantly, I knew that if I failed the class and had to retake it, my cousin would be a credit ahead of me. And maybe, just maybe, he would end up graduating before me. There was absolutely no chance I was going to let this happen. So I put on my A game, and I was ready to work as hard as I could to win. And I'm going to guess there's some of you here who can relate to that, right? Will you do whatever you need to do to win, to put in the effort to succeed? Yeah, well, me too. But there was one factor that came into play that was a saving grace. I had a great teacher, one that I could relate to. He even made it easy, just to learn, I guess. He made it super easy for me to learn. And I did. I ended up acing calculus, which I was so intimidated by before the class started. And I had the honor of being the first in my extended family to graduate college. Thank you very much. Now, like I said, I am no mathematical genius by nature, but I've spent a lot of time in option trading, like I said, 30 years. So, and also, like I said, I do whatever it takes, in this case, to create great trading systems for myself and for you. So I studied the math of things like the relative strength index to see how they tick. And I realized there are some hidden keys within these equations that can predict when momentum will continue. Now I'm going to share the hack with you. the concept of RSI, the relative strength index, is that it's up strength versus down strength. It uses, its uses, I should say, if you get too much up strength, that can lead to an overbought scenario, which can lead to a reversal because of that. So there's a certain hack. There's certain parameters that can prevent momentum from burning out and can lead to a continuation, and we can capitalize on that. This is what I discovered, the red knockout system. So here's where we want to roll up our sleeves, get out your pen and start taking some notes. The red knockout system, and there are two ways to trade the red knockout system, or the knockout trading system, by the way. There's one for uptrends, which we call the red knockout, and one for downtrends, which we call the green knockout. It's a momentum trading strategy that can lead to outsized profits. It's very, very simple. It's a 4-part chart pattern that's very easy to identify, and the profits are the profit targets, I should say, are easily set. You can use this with options, stocks, ETFs, indexes, futures, or even Forex. So first, let me start out by listing the steps in the red knockout system, and then we'll zoom in and go through some examples. This stuff is important. Write this down, okay? And by the way, I'm literally laying out exactly how this system works, which honestly, I don't typically do in these free online trainings, but I'm going to do it here for you. So this is important stuff. First, we set up the setup candles. If we see 3 or more green candles that make up what we call the green run, we will have identified the setup candles. If after that there is a red candle with a smaller body than the previous 3 green candles, that means that the red knockout or the RKO candle is present also. Then we wait for the trigger and the confirmation. The trigger candle is a green candle that takes out the high of the red candle's high, ideally on higher volume. And the confirmation candle is a candle that opens above the high of the RKO candle, and that signals trade entry. So that is the red knockout, and the green knockout, gosh, it's just as easy. We see 3 or more red candles that make up the red run. And then after that would be the green knockout, or the GKO, smaller body than the previous 3 or more red candles. Then we have the trigger candle, which is a red candle that takes out the low of the green candle on higher volume. And then finally, the confirmation candle that opens below the low of the GKO candle. That's our trade entry. Okay. This is CELH. Okay, I'm going to go through some examples. If we have a red knockout setup, do you remember, did you take good notes? What's the first step that we look for? Do you remember? Who remembers? The setup candles, right? The setup candles are 3 or more green up day candles in a row. Do you see that on the chart anywhere here? How about there's the first one and there is the last one that is a 4 green candle setup. See that? We've got this one and then this one and then this one and then this one. Okay. This is what we call the green run and establishes that the trade is indeed setting up. Now, what's step 2? Do you remember what that is? Well, that is the red knockout candle, or the RKO itself. Are you getting this? You getting the red knockout? Good. If a red knockout candle shows up on the chart, it's easy to identify. It means that the trade might be setting up. It's a small red bodied candle that could open higher or lower, but the key is that it's down from its open, which means that it's red. Step 3 is the trigger candle, which is shown by this yellow arrow. That triggers that the trade is indeed setting up and you're getting ready to time your entry. We call this the trigger candle because it's sort of like, like when a marksman is ready to fire upon the target, gets his finger on the trigger, ready to take the shot. And then finally, step 4 is the confirmation candle. And that means that the trade is indeed set up, it is confirmed. It's got a green arrow. Green means go, and fire away. Now let's slow it down a bit. Let's go over the roles of each of the 4 components of this setup. So there are the setup candles that make up the green run. This is what sets up a mini trend, okay? Because what is a green candle? Do you know what a green candle is, what that means? It doesn't mean it's an up day. It means that it's up from the open. And we need both. We need an up day where the price now or the close is higher than yesterday's close. And we need a green candle where the close is up from the open. Okay? Makes sense? So we need 3 or more of them. And this is just a mini trend. It's not some crazy scenario to see 3 green candles, even green update candles in a row. So that's not the whole thing. That is, okay, this might be setting up, right? Now, why do we have up days? As they say, there's more buyers than sellers, right? So we have initial demand driving up the price, right? Then in any strong trend, you need a pullback. If you don't have a pullback, you just get too much up strength and it fizzles out. There can't be enough volume. There can't be enough demand. So we get this red knockout candle and, talk about volume. Hey, do you guys mind if I show you like some extra tips and tricks that are not actually even in this presentation, just like extra bonus stuff that helps make this work even better? Yes, give me a yes. If not, I can just skip and just do the basic stuff so that we don't spend the time on it. What do you say? Do you want extra bonus stuff to help you trade this better, or do you just want to get through the basics of it? Give me a yes if you want to get through. Give me a yes if you want all the extra stuff. Austin says, duh. Okay, I see what your vote is. Richard says yes, and Monty says yes, and Jane says, please, exclamation. Dan, hey, Dan, what's happening? Dan says yes. Jose says yes, please. Mark says yes. Okay. That's kind of what I figured, but I just wanted to make sure. So look, we've got high volume on these green candles. What does high volume mean? It means conviction. It means the buyers, like there's sell orders and the buyers come in and they take out this sell order. Somebody wants to sell at this price. Somebody buys all of them at that price. That means the next offer is at a higher price. They buy those and there's more offered and they buy those and they buy those and they buy those. And if there's a lot offered at those prices and the buyers are still able to take that out, that means there's a lot of conviction. And then when we get a breather like this on low volume, I mean, volume doesn't show up in the RSI or, anything like that, or anything. So this could be misleading to people who don't know what to follow. It's a pullback, but it's on lighter volume. So then we get the trigger candle, and that's on higher volume than the red candle. So that's like, yep, game back on. And it can open higher or lower too. What's cool about this one is it opened lower, and that's when those clever buyers, remember, these are really institutional people who are buying this, who are driving the price up because they have the power there. They say, oh, we got this pullback. Maybe tomorrow, if it's lower, we're going to swipe more of this. And they buy it. They wait for it to open lower and they buy it and they push it up. They fight through all those sell orders because they've got so much demand. And then the retail people see this, they pile on. And that is the trigger. Like, okay, now we had a mini trend, we had a pullback. Now we have the trigger candle on higher volume. We've got something going here. But we want to make sure. And if we get a green candle that takes out or that trades above, that opens above the high of the red candle, which this one did, we're back in. Then it's 1, 2, 3, go. Green means go. Let's do it. And we like to get in pretty close to the open on this. Okay. When I worked on improving what criteria to use for this system, I spent a lot of time on it. And that experience reminded me of my old boss, Steve Fawcett. So you see two people here. The one, of course, is Sir Richard Branson. And the other is, who knows who this other gentleman is? Who is this with Steve? Who is this with Sir Richard Branson here? Anybody know? Anybody know? Jose says Steve. Yes, it is Steve. Ah, there we go. Steve Fawcett. That's right. So I worked for Steve Fawcett. He's the one who gave me my big break in this business. For those of you who don't know who Steve Fawcett, the late Steve Fawcett was, he was not only a famous trader, but also a famous adventurer. He held many world records. He attempted to set one flying around the world in a hot air balloon with Richard Branson. And I remember one day, Steve Fawcett took all of his traders out to dinner, and there were 45 of us, our wives too, or spouses too. And it's back then on the trading floor, it was probably all guy traders and the wives. That's how it was back then. It's not like that anymore, which is great, right? After dinner, he asked us a really telling question I'm never going to forget. He did a toast, ding, 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 all that. And he said, let me ask you, why do you trade? Why do you trade? Because it's not for the money or whatever. What's the real reason? Why do you trade? Because as floor traders back then, like in the pits, in the colored jackets and all that, yelling and shouting, hand signals, standing all day long, your feet hurt. Your back hurt. There are people yelling in your ear and getting their spit on you when you yell. Why do you trade? What's your real reason? Why do you go through this? Is it to have more freedom to, take time off and play golf whenever you want? Or is it to secure your retirement or to put your kids through college? And that stuck with me. So I ask you, because I want to know, I think this is important. I think it's important for you to know. Hit that questions box right now, please. What is your reason for trading? What is your reason for trading? Because it's not just money. Money is paper, right? It's about using that to get things that are important to you. And I want to know what those are. And I know, I was going to say, I know it's very important for you to know what those things are. What's your deep-seated reason? Matthew says to secure retirement income, to be financially safe and free is very important, isn't it? If you can secure your retirement income, it's important. It's very important. You don't want to work the rest of your life. What happens when you're too old to work? Dan says winning trades. And I'm going to tell you what, I think that's a great reason too. Just to have this sense of winning in your life. It's good for your mind and for your soul to feel a sense of accomplishment, right? So yeah, just to have that experience of winning trades, that's a great reason. Monty says to help fund my retirement. Alan says working to access the funds to continue buying the things we do for our retirement life. Yeah, which is similar to securing your retirement, but even a step beyond. What does that look like? I mean, sure, you need enough money to be able to buy food and shelter and medical bills, but it sure would be nice to have like a summer home, or RV or whatever it is that floats your boat, or a boat might float your boat. Yeah, to continue buying the things we do for our retirement life. Absolutely. Richard, oh, well, yeah, this is a great one. To help my family financially. Absolutely. Jane says, give money to my church. Yes. Being able to be charitable, like, look, many of us like to help people, right? It's able to give back. And if you don't have money to make those contributions, you can't do it. Something bigger than us. I love that, Jane. I love that a lot. So Steve was a great mentor. Without having him in my life coaching me, I could not have become the trader that I am today. But there's one thing that Steve was known for saying. I'm still learning. When I met Steve, he was a gazillionaire. He was a super successful trader, but he was always tweaking his process, always learning, always moving forward, always making his trading better for himself and for his traders, which I'm super thankful for because I was one of his traders. He kept improving. So I also started the process of improving the exit point, and here's how it works. Setting these price targets is really easy. Here's how I calculate the price target, right? Because let me back up for a second. Sure, it's important to know where to get into a trade, but it's more important to know where to get out. So when we get into this trade, we're looking for a repeat of the green run or the red run if it's the green knockout. So we take the first green setup candle subtracted from the last green setup candle, add that to, we take that sum, multiply it times a haircut, and we add that to the RKO candle. So let's go through calculating this price target. First, we find the range of the green run, right? So we start here. We take the high of this 4-candle green run, which is $32.08, and we subtract the low of the green run range, which is $26.36. So 32.08 minus 26.36 is $5.72. We expect that move to repeat itself but maybe in this case, we want to be conservative. So we have a better likelihood of locking in a win. So here we go for a smaller amount than that by multiplying that number times what I call a haircut. So 572 times the haircut, which in this case we'll use 80%. That comes out to $4.57. So on this trade, that's what we're trying to capture when we get into it. That's what we want our profit to be, 80% of the green run move. A run of $4.57 above the high of the red candle, which is $32.08 again. So $4.57 plus 32.08 is $36.65. That is our target price for this stock. When the stock hits $35.65, we want to close the trade and take our profits. Our system triggers the trade on the open of the confirmation candle day. On this day, a trader trading the stock could have bought the stock paying $33.37 and 6 days later closed it at $36.65, right at the price target, for a $3.28 profit, or 9.8% in the 6 days of this trade. And that's buying the stock. So a stock trader with 100 shares could have quickly added $328 to his account in 6 days. Trading 200 shares, that would have been $656, and that's $1,640 on 500 shares. You know, if you're trading 1,000 shares, it's $3,280, right? Again, either way, it's 9.8% in 6 days. Now, if we were to annualize that, that comes out to 588% annualized return. Now, that said, there are other examples and ways of trading this, and we have to consider the risk as well. And of course, if you use options, you'll get much more leverage as well as limited risk. So here, let's take another look. This is IWM, and this is a downward mini trend that is easy to take advantage of. The mini trend starts here at, well, let's see here. Hold on a second. Mini trend starts right there. Yeah, okay. Mini trend starts there and ends right there. So this is a, wow, this is a 6-day green knockout. So we get this mini trend lower, then we get the GKO candle, we get the trigger candle, and then finally we get the confirmation candle. Now, interestingly, the confirmation candle can be green or red. It's just got to open lower than the low of the GKO candle. Okay? So on this day, this confirmation day candle, on the open, ideally, a trader could have bought the April 17 $205 puts at $6.85. We set the target price to close when the stock would fall to 115, or no, hold on a second. We set the target price to close when the stock would fall to $198.25. We already just calculated that out right here. I put this green bar right here. Okay, so we use the stock price to trigger the options exit because we're reading the stock price chart. So then we get a better read and thus better results if we do it that way instead of a percentage of the option premium. So 9 days later, when the stock hit $198.25, the 205 puts could have been sold at $10.15. So this trader could have made $3.30 a contract, or $330 of actual money per contract. A trader who bought one contract could have brought in $330. Bigger traders who traded, say, 5 contracts could have made $1,650, and on a 10 lot that would have been $3,300. And we see lots of trades like this all the time, and it's possible to get good leverage on these, especially when you're using options. But I wouldn't be doing my job if I just talked about the big wins that are possible. I want you to be successful trading the knockout system in the long run. And I bet you do too. So now I want to share with you what to do when the pattern doesn't continue, so that you can manage your risk and minimize your losing trades. So immediately after buying the stock, if we're trading it as stock, here's what we're going to do. We're going to set a profit-taking order at our target price, which we can easily calculate. And we're going to set that in GTC, that's good till cancel. And at the same time, we're going to set a stop loss GTC, and we're going to do that OCO, which is one cancels the other. If we take our profit, it cancels our stop loss. If we get stopped out, it cancels our profit-taking order, so we don't get double filled. And by the way, if you're not familiar with some of these terms or exactly how to do some of these things, in a minute, I'll share how you can easily spot how to identify these things and make this just really super, super easy for you. The idea here is this is one whole holistic system, from finding the trades to what the setup is, to where the target is, to how to manage the trade. Okay? Work the system works. I want you to leave here today with all the tools you need to be massively successful with this. And I bet you do too, right? You want me to share what we've discovered? Oh, I already did share some of these things with you. Okay, good. So here, there are literally hundreds of examples that we could go through. Let's look at Nike. This is an interesting one. There are actually two that traded here. One's an RKO, one's a GKO. The first one is, well, there's actually 3. We had the first one here, where we would have got in, actually we would have got in this one and probably taken money on the same day. Now, some people are not able to day trade, and that's fine because, as you can see, the target bubble's in the way here, but the second day you did have an opportunity to get out and take your profit. Here's another one. It's a little easier to see on this one. Green run, red knockout, trigger, confirmation. We get in, and that target was 76.86. Could have got out of that one day later, a couple days later, whatever. Or we could have been more aggressive, used a more aggressive haircut and let it run and got out above 80. Here was a green knockout that really just set up not too long ago, still playing out. And I hadn't looked at Nike since I put this in the presentation, but golly, if you used a more aggressive haircut than 80%, I think you could have really killed it with the tariff follow through. Now, again, RKO and GKO work with option trading or just buying the stock or shorting the stock, whatever you're comfortable with. This is Suncor Energy, symbol SU. This is a green knockout, and it's a great one. This is not a stock most people trade, but man, it worked out perfectly. So here we have First red run candle, third red run candle. We have our green knockout, our trigger candle, our confirmation candle. And if you're being conservative, setting your haircut at 80% to maximize your wins. Those of you who are able to trade intraday, like you're not subject to the day trade rule, you could have took a small profit that day. Those of you who are more aggressive and use 100% haircut, or really aggressive, use like 120% haircut, I mean, you could have killed it on this trade, whether you're shorting stock or buying a put. Buying a put, you could have reached a massively leveraged return. Right there, right? If you bought the 37 puts at 99 cents, even if you just got out at the 80% haircut, you could have sold them like within a few hours, made 75 cents on a 99-cent trade. Geez Louise. Made 75 bucks. But I mean, are you really going to buy one put for $99? No, you're probably going to do more like a 5 lot or even a 10 lot. I mean, if you risk on average $1,000 worth of risk on one trade, that's you'd be trading a 10 lot and bring in 75 or 750 bucks that day. The knockout system works in all time frames. Day traders, swing traders, short-term traders, this even works for long-term investors. Now, in summary, there are a few important takeaways. Momentum trades can yield outsized profits, and this is a time-tested system. We've got the setup candles, the red knockout candle, trigger candle, confirmation candle, and it sets up the profit target. I think I made this really clear. I literally explained the entire system. But there is a problem. There is. Remember how there are, well, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but just a couple of days ago, I was looking. There are 6,100 stocks to trade, rounding. Did you know that? 6,100 stocks listed in the US. If it takes you 45 seconds to scan an RKO trade setup or a GKO trade setup in your favorite time frame, maybe daily candles on a chart, and you went through all 6,100 stocks, you just go alphabetically, you print out a list of them, go through each one. It would take you 80 hours a day to go through all of them if it took you 45 seconds. Do you have 80 hours in a day to go through? No, there's only 24 hours in a day. And that's if you only trade on one time frame. You don't like missing opportunities, do you? I don't. So there's got to be a better way than flipping through 6,000 different stocks and the different time frames, right? And I bet you know that, right? You would not be here right now if there wasn't a better way. So you want to know what that better way is? Because I'm going to tell you. The knockout system is officially here. Over the past few years, we've created both a scanner, which is so important, that would easily identify the RKO trades, as well as an indicator that displays the patterns right on the chart along with the price target. We wanted to make it so simple that it is impossible to mess up. So you have a new opportunity to easily scan for top momentum trades that you wouldn't be able to find without this, and that work in any market, including and especially a market like this, where many trends are king. Start getting the results that you deserve. So this is Nick. Our head coach, John, who's a brilliant guy, ex-Goldman guy, John and I shared with Nick what we were thinking about the RKO. Nick was actually the first human ever to see RKO, and in fact, was extremely instrumental in helping us. So Nick said, using scanners, in particular the RKO daily, helps me find trades when I'm busy or might not be fully locked in the market. I run the scanner, do the checks, and decide to take the trade or move on. It only takes a few minutes and helps me find the best trades consistently. And Nick said something important there. It only takes me a few minutes to find the best trades consistently. With over 6,100 stocks to sift through, it is impossible to just happen to come across one of these great setups. Before creating the RKO system, I came across one of these setups maybe once every 6 months. I would miss opportunities, so many opportunities. But now I have invested both the time and money to develop this system to easily use a scanner that makes trading the knockout system possible. And now I'm ready to share it with you. I want to invite you to join us and start using the red knockout and green knockout mini trend trades and get them delivered to a scanner. I want you to start using it right now because I want you to profit whether the market's running higher or whether it's running lower. This simple scanner searches the universe of over 6,100 stocks for the setup and makes it possible to find trades that you would never have access to without it. And I want to make sure that it works for every single person in this training. So I'm going to give you a handful of key support materials. All right. These are extra bonuses to make sure that you have everything you need to make this work. For you to profit with the knockout system, I need you to know how it works. So I created a video training course that shows you step by step exactly how to install this on your platform, how and why the knockout system works, and how to set up the trades. The filters and cross scans, that's in there too to optimize the strategy. And of course, the targets and trade management, that's all in there too. So what this means is first you're going to get the red knockout scanner and the green knockout scanner, and you're going to get accelerator videos for each of those. Now, I can put the tools in your hands and I can tell you how to use them, but I know for me, I learn faster when someone shows me exactly how to do it. So the best thing I can do for you is give you hands-on training. Every Friday for the next year, one full year, you're going to get to attend our online live group coaching class and watch John Kamisik set up knockout and other trades right there while you watch. So again, John's formerly with Goldman Sachs. He's also formerly with First Options of Chicago, Lind Waldock. He traded for a hedge fund. He is the expert on the knockout. In fact, he helped me develop it. He is just the kind of person that you want to listen to. This is the first time we're making group coaching available as a weekly option. But I wanted to make sure that you hit the ground running and get the hands-on training to start getting immediate results. This is what Dennis said about the knockout system. Thanks, great class, exactly what I was looking for. The class gave me a lot of insight into options and the Greeks. I'm a fairly new trader, but I've been putting in the work to move my skills forward. So what this means, the red knockout scanner, the green knockout scanner, you're going to get up to speed fast with the accelerator video course. And once a week, you're going to get hands-on training with the weekly group coaching. You mind if I over deliver? What I really want for you is to make as much money as possible trading the knockout system. And I imagine you do too. So every day we're going to rank the day's RKO and GKO trades and list them out and give you our top picks so you can see what we think are the best of the best. This is the weekly watch list, and it is a $1,297 value. Plus, John will add a bonus trade every day from his daily group coaching class so you can diversify your trading and get all the top trades of the day by simply clicking one link to access your curated watch list. So what this means, you're going to get the red knockout and the green knockout scanners, the accelerator videos. You're going to get the hands-on training with the weekly group coaching, and we're just going to give you a watch list so you see which we think are the best. Also, imagine what your trading account would look like if you could just sit in front of your charting software and have a powerful trading tool that identified both the trade entry and exit points in just seconds. Imagine if you could block out all the noise in the markets and only focus on trades that have been identified for you, so you never have to second guess yourself in the market again. What would that mean to you and your trading business? Well, that's exactly what the scanners do for you. This could not be easier. So you're going to get the scanners, the accelerator videos, the group coaching, the watch list, and we're going to put the indicator right there on your charts. You're going to see the green and red and yellow arrows and all that. This is a $9,041 value. This works on the following platforms: Thinkorswim, NinjaTrader, TradeStation, TradingView, MetaStock, Wealth Charts. It works on anything. Now you can see by now why the RKO trading system is a steal at $9,041. If all this did for you was give you a solid road-tested system for trading mini trends in any market, especially the one we're in now, let alone scanning the market for them, the question you need to ask yourself is, wouldn't it be worth it? I mean, wouldn't it be worth it just for the scanner, right? And the answer is yes. But guess what? You're not going to pay $9,041 today. Because you have made the investment in yourself, being here live on this training, and for being my action takers. You are the elite and you're better than a million other traders, and I want you to have the results that you deserve. So get started today for a one-time small, easy investment of only $997 by going to markettaker.com/RKO. 1, 2, 3, go. That's market as in stock market, taker like take what is rightfully yours. That's 2 T's in a row. Markettaker.com/RKO right now. But to get all these bonuses, including the indicator showing the exact entry and exit points right on your charts, you have to be one of the first 25 members today. And you have to take massive action by going to markettaker.com/RKO. 1, 2, 3, go. Now, just to recap one more time, when you open your browser and go to markettaker.com/RKO and sign up today, you're going to get access to the red knockout scanner that's going to identify trades with the entry and exit points, and the green knockout scanner for those down moves so that you can make money in those down markets. On top of that, when you're one of the first 25 right now, you're going to get instant access to the RKO and GKO accelerator video courses to get you up and running right away. You're also going to get access to the weekly group coaching where we go live into the market together, and you can easily see exactly how me and my team use the scanner to generate profits in the market. You will also get access to the RKO watch list with our top picks of the best trades that John and I are looking to trade with the scanner. This way, you have the best opportunity to generate profits from the scanner by following the exact trades that I'm looking to place. And further, when you open up your browser and type in markettaker.com/RKO and lock in your RKO Traders package, well, guess what? You're going to get the RKO and GKO indicators also right there on your chart. This powerful indicator 24/7 across multiple markets to take full advantage of this great and easy to use trading indicator. Oh, and also, guess what? As we run more tests and do more tweaks, as the RKO continues to evolve and we get it performing even better, you will get automatic updates. Yes, you will get automatic updates for a full year to both the scanner and the RKO indicator. Now, I want to take a minute here. I was just looking, I look on my phone to see this. I want to welcome all the new folks who just joined us. Man, when I said the 25 people who join right now get all these extra bonuses, holy cow, man, you knew I wasn't kidding. So first of all, how about a big congratulations and welcome to Mark from Boynton Beach, Florida. Welcome and congratulations, Mark. That is awesome. Welcome and congratulations to Christopher from Fremont, California. Nice work, great job. Welcome and congratulations to Jose from Amarillo, Texas. Welcome and congratulations, Jose. Awesome, nice job investing in yourself today, man. This is a hard market for some people. Even people who trade options sometimes struggle with this if they're novices and they don't have a system like this. But you guys, you're moving forward, you're stepping forward, and you're making it happen for yourselves, not for me, but for yourselves. And man, that is super awesome. Welcome and congratulations to Austin from Nashville, Tennessee. That's super cool, man. Welcome and congratulations. Welcome and congratulations to Jane from, hold on, where is Jane from? I don't have Jane's city and state. You know why? Because Jane signed up using PayPal. And so there's a question that I get quite a bit. Some people will say, Dan, this is exactly what I was looking for. Because you know what? I've got a small account. I can see the leverage that's possible here, especially if I use options. And I've been having a hard time in this market. I want to capitalize on these mini trends that we've been seeing for the last couple of months. I get it. I'm in, but there's a problem. I have a hard time coming up with the 997 bucks. It's a great value, but I can't bring together the 997 bucks. How do I do it? Well, guess what? You can finance it. You can use PayPal and PayPal credit, because we have a deal with PayPal to offer you both PayPal as a payment option, which Jane just signed up with, and PayPal credit. All you do is go to markettaker.com/RKO and just click the PayPal button and get started right now. Choose PayPal credit if you want to finance it. Now, I'm going to answer some frequently asked questions. So please, if you have a question, either go to the questions box or you can call right now, 773-302-1645. That's 773-302-1645. It's right there on the bottom of your screen. I'm going to give it to you one more time, 773-302-1645. And you can call in and ask a question or put it in the questions box right now. And I see that there are some questions in the questions box already. I'm going to get to your question. In the meantime, let me answer some frequently asked questions. What if I can't install it properly? Well, we send step-by-step instructions on exactly how to use it. It's so easy. I even, we've got we've got one person on our team who is just technologically handicapped, can't figure out how to barely use a computer. I sent him the instructions on how to install it, how to use it, and boom, he was up and running in like a minute. Is this time consuming? No, I know you're busy. There's a lot of traders who have a busy schedule. This is the reason I designed RKO, so that you can literally trade this system in about 60 seconds per trade. Wow. What if I can't figure it out? Well, you get a video tutorial plus hands-on training live every Friday morning in the weekly group coaching, which leads me to, what time is the weekly group coaching? Well, it is live every Friday from 9 to 10 Central Time, which is 10 to 11 Eastern Time, or 7 to 9 Pacific Time. You can't make it at that time? No problem. The class is recorded in case that time is not convenient, or if you just want to review what was talked about in the class. So I am going to now answer some of the questions here in the questions box. Please add your questions to the questions box right now. Alan, my friend, so good to hear from you. I always am happy when I see you jump in here. Your question from earlier, are these 4-part setups valid on intraday time frame trading periods or only on a daily basis? Yes, they are valid on any time frame. Are you a day trader? Use it. Are you just a swing trader, short-term trader? Use it. Are you a long-term investor? Use it. Any time frame at all. How many stocks come through each day? Well, it depends a little bit. If it's like a super slow, boring day, remember those days? If it's a super slow, boring day, yeah, it might be a couple, 2 or 3. If it's a really super busy, crazy day, it might be 5 or 10. And I teach you in the accelerator course. Actually, I'll tell you what, this is not just one of those systems for like lemmings or zombie traders who just like, oh, I follow, eat brains, I follow, this is for thinking traders. So in the accelerator video course and in the hands-on training, you're going to learn so much. You're going to learn how to screen these for liquidity. You're going to learn which ones to take and which ones not to take. You're going to learn how to manage the trades, how to put in those OCO orders, GTC orders. This is designed to make you an expert trading at this. Question, I am just learning, so will this work with paper trading? Yes, 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 yes. Paper trade at first, absolutely. Do we have to have special software installed? No, not special software. Whatever trading platform you're on, as long as it's options friendly, you can use it you can use the Knockout Traders package with any options friendly trading platform. No special software, but you will, but good news, you will just simply install a script onto your trading platform. It costs you nothing. Okay, you don't have to buy some new fancy trading platform. How long is the accelerator course? Oh, it's a handful of videos that are like 6 to 12 minutes long or something like that. They're in bite-sized chunks. I know, like, I hate like, oh crap, here's a 5-hour course I gotta watch. Ugh. No, they're just nice, short, simple videos, get you up and running right away. Is there a way to ask questions other than the Friday group coaching? Oh, yes. As a matter of fact, there is, because you know what? I forgot to tell you a bonus. You are also going to get access to, if you don't have it already, if you're in one of our other classes, you've already got this. You are also going to get access to our chat room, the MTM community chat room. That is the greatest trader chat room ever created. Yes, I am biased because I put it together for our traders, but you have direct access to me, to John, to our other students. Sometimes they share ideas in there. Everything you need. If you use options for these, how long do you hold them? Yeah, great question. We tell you in the accelerator videos exactly which options to select, which expirations, which delta options to select, and how long to hold them. It's usually anywhere from 1 day to a week and a half is the typical holding period. You know, we don't want you holding them too long because of time decay, though sometimes you'll use bull call spreads if you're a more advanced option trader. How do I determine which trades to take? Do I take them all? No, you definitely don't take them all. That is all covered in the accelerator video course. You can use the chat room to contact us about it. How can I go beyond this and learn even more from you? I mean, I'll tell you what, once you go through the accelerator videos, you go through a year of group coaching, you get your feet wet and then get your sea legs. That's kind of a weird mixed metaphor. By using the scanners, oh my gosh, you are going to learn so much about trading mini trends, momentum trades, that you're going to up level your trading massively. You're going to go from a trader who, maybe does pretty good to a trader who knows so much more, who has the power to trade so much more consistently, because knowledge isn't power. You know what power is? Organized knowledge. Okay? You might know the concepts of everything in here, but without having it put together and without having the system locked down and the means to find the trades. I mean, look, I told you exactly how to do this. Okay? You have the knowledge. But here's the thing. Good luck finding the trades. You know, like John and I had this system for years, but we'd only find like one trade every 4 to 6 months because there's just so many different trades or so many different stocks and so many different time frames. We couldn't find them all. We would miss a couple a day. And then once every 4 months, oh, we've stumbled upon one. It's in the stock we look at all the time. That's why we created the scanner and put it on the charts so that if you're looking at a chart, boom, it's right there in front of your eyeballs. You don't have to say, oh, is this that? Is it? I'm not sure. It's right there. So that's why we created this. I mean, if all you got out of this is a scanner, I mean, geez Louise, you get this for a full year. Oh, and any updates that we make to this to make it better, you're going to get that also. Yeah. For a full year. So this is the most valuable thing that I could give you right now. Does this work on TradingView? Yes, this does work on TradingView. Yes. Go and grab it on TradingView for sure. What other questions? And oh gosh, we had welcome and congratulations to Evelyn. Welcome and congratulations to Henry. Welcome and congratulations to Adam. Welcome and congratulations to Mahmoud. Welcome and congratulations to Eric. Man, you guys are doing great. Some people have been telling me, hey, I've been having a hard time with this market. It's been tough. I'm too scared to trade. Too scared to trade. This is the best options trading market that I've seen in 5 years. When volatility is high, when the market is moving, and the market doesn't go like down one day, up one day, down one day, up one day. It feels like that, but look at the charts. we get mini trends. We get up, 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 down, 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 down. This is exactly tailored to what is going on in the market right now, which is why I am sharing this with you right now. What other questions can I answer to help you make the decision to come and join us? What other questions can I answer to help you make the decision to come and join us? All right. While we're waiting, I'm going to wrap this up. We've been talking here for about 84 minutes. So we're going to wrap this up in a minute. Those of you who did join us, welcome and congratulations again. You got an email in your inbox. Go and check your inbox for that email. It is there. If you don't see it there, check your junk or spam folder and start watching those accelerator videos today, right now. I want you to take advantage of this right now. That's why I'm doing this here today, right? Go and check for that. Log in, use your username and password. It's in there. It should work. Everything's going to be fine. Go through the accelerator videos, load this onto your platform, and let's go, baby. And those of you who didn't join us, I get it, man. If you are newer to options and you don't like fully appreciate that, holy cow, volatility and options, mini trends, I can trade consistently when everybody else is scared. I mean, what Warren Buffett say? Buy when the market is fearful, sell when the market is complacent or whatever. I don't know, I'm paraphrasing. Or be fearful when others are greedy, but be greedy when others are fearful. This is the best options market for trading I've seen in 5 years. I've said that about 3 times now, and I said it because I mean it. I do not want you to miss out on this opportunity. But if you're new to options and you're not there yet, I also don't want you to trade scared, right? I mean, if you're too scared to do this, don't do it, please. But if you've been trading for a bit and you get it, you understand that options and volatility are a great combination, then I don't know what you're waiting for. So again, thank you for spending your time with us today. Now here's what I'm going to do. I am going to set my timer for, I'm going to set it for 5 minutes. When this timer goes off, we're done here, okay? When this timer goes off, we're done here. I'm going to just put this right over here. Here, I'm just going to put this over here. Ready, set, go. Wait, how do I make it go? Ready, set. I forgot how to make it go. Start. Okay, we'll start it. We'll start it at 4 minutes. Okay. Okay, ready, set, go. When that timer goes off, we are done here, and that's it. This goes away. So if you have any questions, right now is the time to ask that question, get it answered. You can ask it here in the questions box on the GoToWebinar control panel, or you can call, I think Bobby is actually manning the phones today. He is at 773-302-1645. It's 773-302-1645. Oh, we had more people join us in PayPal. I read off some other names, but I didn't read off. Larry, welcome and congratulations. Oh, we actually did get your city. Mayaca, Florida. All right, we're getting the Floridians here today. Yeah, you're the ones who must get it, I guess. I don't know. Well, we had some California people here. We had some Texans. Where else? I forget where else we had people from. Did we get any international people? I forget if we did or not. Well, if it was PayPal and I didn't get your address, maybe we did. We usually get a few international folks as well. Just because the U.S. market is the most liquid stock or options market for sure. And well, everybody's got some good volatility these days. We're definitely getting those mini trends, those momentum trades in the U.S. stock market right now. These RKO trades and GKO trades, they're perfectly tailored for this sort of market. What other questions can I answer to help you make the decision to come and join us? Who else we got here? Bashir, welcome and congratulations to Bashir. Welcome and congratulations to Glenn. Nice work, Glenn, joining us. Because you know what? I'll tell you what. When we get to this point of the training and, all the tire kickers, people who, are new to options and, they're not ready for this, and that's fine. They all jump off. But the people who are left here, people who are serious, you're the ones who join. And hey, you've got 1 minute and 18 seconds to do so. So let's get that taken care of. Get it down. I know maybe you had to go run, grab your credit card or look up your PayPal password or whatever it is you had to do. But now is the time. We've got just over 1 minute to get going here and move forward. Yeah, like I was saying, like you're the ones who join here who you see the market and maybe before this you did have some fear, right? Because not everybody thinks about, oh, there's puts too. Well, I don't trade a lot of puts. How do I do that? I don't know. It seems like the market's going down. Should I buy puts? No, that's not how it works. We need a confirmation. We need a specific setup so we're not just guessing. We're not having a knee-jerk reaction. We're trading like a pro. We're trading like professional traders do. Professional traders use specific setups, and that is this, and you have 11 seconds. 1, 2, 3, go. Go, 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 go. Get it done. Lynn, welcome. Congratulations. Petra, welcome and congratulations. Time is up. But, oh, what did I do here? Oh, geez. How do I turn that off? I just shut, how do I turn this off? Oh my gosh. Can you guys hear that? This is crazy. I shut the clock program, but it's still going. Hold on. And I don't even know how to do it. All right. Well, either way, hey, I'll figure it out in a second here. Oh, wait, we got another question here. Oh, wait. Questions? Can I load? Okay, this is getting. Okay, stop. File clock, edit, view, window, close. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I seldom use that, but I wanted to use it today. Oh. There we go. Okay. So the question is, can I load scanners on different programs? TradingView, Thinkorswim, yes. Yes, you can, and yes, you should. Yes, you can, and yes, you should. All right. Any further questions? All right. If you're in the process of completing the online enrollment form, please finish that up right now. Please finish that up right now. And I'm going to leave this open for just a little bit longer. I'm going to leave that open for just a little bit longer. So if you're in the process of completing it, do that now. And hey, have a great rest of your day. Trade smart. Bye.